Hi, this is Anna Imagination with a Healing Garden. Welcome to Shifting Perspectives. The videos I am recording today are all meant for my masterclass, 8 Weeks to Inner Peace. We are on day 5 of week 1, and there are still 30 slots available. I am offering day 5 to you to show you exactly what you can expect in any of my masterclasses and in any of my courses. My goal with all of my work is to shift your perspective. Shifting perspectives is the core to understand how perspectives work and how you can shift a perspective. You can virtually go anywhere inside your mind. The ability to travel anywhere inside of your mind allows you to see all the different perspectives that you've been forced to live and consume your entire life. We consume beliefs. Our subconscious mind must be fed. It consumes our beliefs. This process of consumption is something I call cognitive core processing. When the subconscious mind sees, hears, receives any kind of data through our 5 or 6 senses, the subconscious mind consumes it and absorbs it and transfer that data into beliefs that are used to direct our perspective. So the subconscious mind eats, consumes, the belief is then put into our system, and that belief then adjusts our perspective according so we can get a finer focus on our truth. But it doesn't go well most times because a lot of people interfere with the telescope. And what ends up happening is it gets out of focus, it gets broken, and you end up having to look through 2 or even 5 different telescopes at the same time. So you're going to get 3 to 5 different perspectives, and you start to forget which one is yours. That is what perspective psychology focuses on. That is what all of my master classes teach. It shows you how you can go through life being able to adjust each one of your perspectives accordingly so that you no longer have to worry about whether or not you're seeing the situation as it truly is or whether or not you're seeing it through a forced perspective of someone else. Now, on this particular video, I want to talk about one major player in this entire process. The major player is referred to as ego. Unfortunately, a lot of people do not understand who ego is. Who? Ego is not a what. That is where we got that wrong. Ego is not a what. Ego is a who. In fact, ego is the only who that matters. Our superego is the subconscious mind. Our id is our identity. Our ego is you. Conscious awareness. Hi. Ego is not arrogant. Ego is the self. It's the conscious, aware self. It's the one that gets to make the choices. But there's a problem. Superego, when superego is manipulated, has the ability to override ego and take over. Superego attacks the id. And then the superego wipes the memory clean of ego. And then the superego runs the entire system how it wants it run. This process is done to us when we are 2 years old, 3 years old. This is the matrix. This is the matrix. Superego is the robot machine that captures you and puts you in the matrix. Superego makes you think that everything is fine and normal. Superego builds this matrix to completely condense ego so ego can't see or even be aware of what's going on. Hi, Neo, you're waking up. The id, your identity, was held captive, ripped apart from you, itemized, and then crammed into the fourth level of your subconscious mind. And superego keeps all of its lies running. It does this to keep you safe. That is it. The superego received some basic toxic beliefs when you were 2 or 3. It's not safe to be identity. So it destroyed the shadow self, say hello to intuition, and it destroyed identity, all of your personalities and everything you love. And then to pull this off, superego wiped clean your memory. It gave you a delusion of new perspectives so that you would think everything's fine. The matrix is a perspective. It is the perspective that is stuck in your head. You go to a therapist, and the therapist is also inside the matrix. It's no different than those black suited men with sunglasses going, "Oh yes, Neo, I'm looking at your work list here, and we think that you would be better off if you show up on time." They are agents of the matrix. Everyone is. Except a handful of us. The ladies who wrote The Matrix and V for Vendetta, they can see it. They wrote those movies to try and communicate, guys, shit is going on. But they lacked this vocabulary because it did not yet exist. I invented it so I could explain all of this to you, that the perspective you are in is a matrix, and we arrived at this place completely by accident. Superego is a robot. It is a machine that has no consciousness. It has an artificial intelligence to it. It's an AI. And its programming is from the Ice Age. The superego is outdated. And it's really time to wake up. It's really, really time to wake up. In order to wake up, you will require mental metamorphosis. Mental metamorphosis is the process of taking you within that fourth level staged perspective where you are stuck in the matrix, teaching you how to shift perspectives so you can literally jump accordingly. And then you will be able to navigate the 12 points of healing. When we go through the 12 points of healing, you will literally become a master of running your own facility, and the ego will be back in charge, managing the full operation with ease. The super ego will be back in its place where it belongs, processing beliefs into the perspective machine without any problems. Identity and the shadow self will be back, revived, fully functioning. And the ego, the shadow self, and identity will all be working together to keep your system operational. That is what the Healing Garden does for people. We provide you with full mental metamorphosis to take you from a conditional identity and a conditional belonging and shifting you over to an authentic identity and an authentic belonging. If this is something that interests you, text me at Change Now at 929-615-4244. You can also just grab my masterclass down below, click on that. In addition, you can also take a look at my YouTube channel. I have a ton of material on this. That is, subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my newsletter, and as I said, take a look at my masterclass. The link is below. I will put you through the 8 weeks of conditioning you to get you from point A over to point B where you want to be. Thank you so much, and may the kindest of words always find you.